Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I am your host, Christian underscore CFS, and here is your co-host, Mr. K Camp. How you doing, Mr. K Camp?
I am doing well. What up, what up, what up? Shalom. Shalom, my Kim to my good people. And shalom, my Kim to my bad people. May you have peace in this world. And may you learn to become good. What's
Yeah.
up, buddy? How we
No,
doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How was your weekend? How was your weekend?
Exhausting, man. Went home this weekend. 2 days is not enough. This is not really 2 days because you get Saturday off. Yay! But then Sunday, you're like, I'm already thinking about, I have work
I
the
gotta
next
go to
day.
work. Yep.
Like we need to go out as a country to a 3-day weekend. I need to advocate that.
I
Push
know
that.
they talked about that. I think they have that up in Europe, don't they? Like in some places up in Europe, they have like 4 day
I think
weeks,
so.
like
Yeah,
4 day work week.
I'll do 4 10s, man. Because then when you actually really got 2 days
Yeah,
instead of just one day.
yeah.
I don't know how they did it back in the day. They used to work. I heard they used to work 6/8. Used to be 48 hours versus 40, and I can't remember what year it was, but they changed it to 5 days. And then when it helped the economy because when you're off work, you tend to consume more, right? You spend more money. I'm
Mhm.
off work. I spend more money.
Yep.
I'm doing things, so
Yep.
that helps the economy. I can make that argument, but yeah,
Yep. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Shoot, I'm trying
sounds
to
good,
remember.
don't it?
I'm trying to remember what we did this weekend.
What did y'all do? A blur.
I don't know. It is a blur. I can't even remember, but we had a good weekend.
Well, hey, we'll take it. We'll take that.
We had a good weekend. Yeah, but no, can't complain. Had a great weekend. Did some a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and did a whole bunch of
You're now listening to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Chris. Powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
underdogs. I'll say that.
Really up in some leagues?
Yeah, I'm in like 12 right now.
You ain't let me know. I was talking then I hear you didn't when we talked to you about the FFPC, you ain't say nothing. All that smoke, all that junk you talking, but you didn't want to get in. Just be talking.
Nah, because I just got into another one.
Let's be talking. So you chose somebody over me and your favorite author. I
Yep.
hope you listen to it. You see how you do us? You see how you
Yep.
do us, Nigel?
Yep.
But then man, when me and him in the league, well, you sound like you just all talk. You sound like you don't really care. Somebody sent me Chase. Oh yeah, Kamikaze. I can't think of his name. Kamikaze. He sent me a trade in the Power League. I saw it, but it was for Bijan, and it's not happening. It was a good offer though. Just it's not happening. Can't trade Bijan, man. That's my money back. That's my guy. Can't do that.
But yeah, man, we got all these drafts going on and everything. Just sitting here, just doing my thing. Just
Which you must been some $5 ones at underdog because I know you ain't betting too much.
nah, stay up in the weeds, man. Stay
The
up in
five.
I stay up in the places where daggone people don't even worry about you that much.
You in the Koji, not Koji, the Koji,
No.
Corgi, small, and then slow pup,
Yep, I'm in
probably.
the pup. I'm in the pup.
Pup was like it's like 50, was it 50 entries or something like that, max entries.
Mm.
It's either 50 or 150. You need if you ain't getting the Corgi, it might be full now. But getting the Corgi because it's only one entry. Like you can
Okay.
only put one entry in there. But
Okay.
them like them small little entries, they fill up quick because everybody's like, oh, I don't have to worry about somebody putting in 50 entries. I can just put in one and make the best team win. I don't have
Yeah.
to worry about like, oh, let me do analytics and put in 50 different teams competing against everybody with just one team. That's the one me and Nigel and me and the Corgi. I bet you it'll fill up quick though. Uh, You looking it up?
No, I'm actually on the clock right now.
My bad. Go ahead. We talking. See, I told you we're gonna go. We're supposed to be 35 minutes today.
Nah, this
What we
is
got?
from
Oh, you on the clock? You on the clock? I got you. It just hit what you said.
No, that was for my college football. Best ball.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna do that. I don't know nobody. I'll be picking all big names because I don't know.
Yeah, so we on the clock right now. So people bear with me. I am doing these picks real quick, looking at the team, seeing how they are starting to assemble. And we're just letting things fly.
I don't even see no more $5 drafts. Underdog, it gone.
Oh yeah, I put them all in on Saturday. Like
they must have been almost full, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go. I don't see no $5 drafts. Nope. But what it is, I found out you kind of got to check like once a week because they'll drop like a slow pup, they'll drop a corgi just randomly, and they'll fill up so quick, especially ones that you only need you have a max amount of entries that is low. Yeah, they fill up quick. I remember that corgi filled up. You got the 50% in like 3 days.
Dang, I messed up.
Enter another one.
I should have did this. So this last one I just did, I should have did Kelsey and Patrick Mahomes, but I didn't do it. I totally forgot. And I clicked it too quick. I was like, hold on, let me scroll up and see if Kelsey's up there. Yeah, he was up there, so I kind of messed that on up. So it is what it is. But yeah, man, everybody, we are back at it, man. We got a good show for you. And if you didn't want to hear all that jibber jabber, we're going to push that fast forward up to now. So we're about to get into it. I'll give y'all what y'all are here for. Just going to get this presentation going. We are in there. It is episode 56, and we just going to have some fun, everybody. We're going to have some fun. So let's just sit back, relax, and let's enjoy this nice ride. And you already know how we're going to do it, man. We're going to start off with the fantasy question of the week. Last week, we talked about what draft position you want to be in. This week, we are going to ask from the hotline, somebody wanted to know, is training camp important for fantasy?
What kind of question is that? My bad. That sounds bad. But what kind of question is that?
And then for the person that actually asked that, please disregard what the co-host said.
Disregard what I said. Sorry, I'm not trying to be an AO.
But yes, training camp is very important because it actually helps you understand what players are running with the ones. Also, the preseason will help you also as well to see how many snaps, people that are like on the bubble that are actually running with the ones, or then seeing like how the draft or like the depth charts are going to end up filling out based off. So you can see based off if they're on the 1s, 2s, or 3s, how anything is going to end up evolving. Any other harsh words you would like to say, Mr. K Camp?
No, it's important, but again, he's probably asking the question because the person's probably asking the question because you get coaches and stuff. They say something during training camp. The season come along and the person don't get no tick, bro. You just talking. So also take it with a grain of salt. Kind of realize. Excuse me. Not realize, but take it with a grain of salt. Don't believe everything you hear at training camp. Try to figure out the right things to hear. Easier said than done. Don't believe everything you hear at training camp. But yeah, like my co-host said, training camp, you get to see who run with the one. Like Lad McConkey, he spent most of his time in the slot. He's dealing with the starters, so you kind of have a good idea that he's gonna be starting. They run for Robert sets. He's gonna be the slot guy. So things of that nature. Yeah, training camp is important. I do agree.
Also, beware of the smoke and mirrors.
That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty much what the co-host is saying. The smoke and mirrors. But thank you for that individual that DM'd us for that actual question. And please, like I said, I'm truly sorry for like what the co-host said about your question, but
I'm just funny. Yeah, I know I'm playing. I got a little sense of humor. Forgive me. Don't take it personal, please don't.
but we are good. So, we're gonna talk about some stuff up in the news. We're only gonna talk about two things. One thing has been ongoing, and we're gonna make a final decision on what's gonna happen. And then the second thing is we're gonna talk about the article that you sent me about a player, and we see what took him so long just to physically actually do this. But so the one thing that we're gonna settle here right now is, and we're gonna draw the line in the sand, is Brandon Aiyuk being traded this season right now?
You asking me?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So you think that's all smoke and mirrors about him going to Seattle, him putting IGs?
Seattle.
I mean not Seattle. I mean the Steelers. Him putting telling like the 49er fans like, all right, it's been good while it's lasted, and like heart Steeler colors and everything.
It's been a ploy all season. JJ was doing it. It worked for JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me try to do it and see if it'll work for me. They can't lose, dude. So, at the very least, they're gonna keep him this year.
Yeah.
I don't have to trade you. I still have your rights for one more year. I don't have to trade you. I don't have to give you an extension if I don't want to. If you want to sit out and forfeit whatever $1 million and miss a year of football, go ahead. Jamar Chase, you too. I think Jamar Chase just don't like. I think he wants to get paid, but also like, F this. I ain't about this in this heat and playing. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna be out of my guys. Not gonna play till y'all pay me. But I think he won his a year early. Mm-hmm. What are you doing? At least CD and Brandon Aiyuk, they on their 5th-year deal. You're not on yours yet. So, yeah, I think it's no. Long story short, no.
Okay. I hope he does, because then I can just be like, oh, thank you. It's finally over. Like, he got traded.
Who they gonna get? Ricky can't take his spot.
But it was funny of what they were saying. Somebody said up in the comments that I was reading about this post was saying, okay, he gets traded to the Steelers for George Pickens, and then they also get a 1st-round pick as well.
Now that happened too.
And then they also, but they still end up being 9-8.
Who, the Steelers?
Yeah, the Steelers still end up being 9-8. So
they're gonna be 9-8.
I thought that was funny right there. I was like, dang, they still gonna be 9-8.
Yeah, they're gonna run the hell out the ball anyway. So they're gonna run 60% of the time.
So everybody out there, Brandon Aiyuk, don't even think about the smoke and mirrors, man. We done drew the line up in the sand. People just trying to have something just to talk to about the off season and just keep everything going. So we know for a fact, because we got sources that actually has sources called X, that he's staying. So the next person I definitely want to talk about is the guy that you sent the article over, and we are going to talk about the guy that I bashed last week. I mean, talking about bashed him hard. And that is Mr. Christian Watson. Me personally, hey, sorry, I'm still going to physically chuck the deuces up on him. He will not be on any of my rosters whatsoever. Like, I don't know what is going on with him, but I do know he has not been healthy. We do know that he has missed, I think, a total of 11 games. In like his first 2 seasons, and then last year he missed 8 games. So we know injuries is actually not his best suit. But it seems that since he's been injured for 3 years, he decided to, out the blue, just go find like a specialist to see what's causing him for physically getting injured so much in his same hamstring. Me personally, dog, you should have did that 2 years ago. If you knew for a fact that you are having the same injury over and over and over again, why didn't you off gate? I think something up in the article was talking about how he didn't realize that he wasn't properly like working out. He was like trying to do so much up on the other side, and then not thinking about the side that's actually injured. And I'm like, dog, like, come on now. Like, that's what an injury is all about. Like, yes, you understand that. Yes, it takes time. The first thing, rule number 1, why are you rushing back to an injury? Yes, I know you're a rookie and you're a first round pick, but dude, you know your body. If you know your body ain't healed, then sit out. What they gonna tell you? Hurry up and get back in? Nah, dog. I'll be in. Nah, you're good. You'll be able to play within 3 weeks. Nah, dog. I'm gonna need at least another 6 weeks. Okay, I sit out. Most rookies don't get on into the end of the year anyways. Yeah, you don't have game speed or anything like that, but hey, do what you gotta do. And what are your thoughts upon this article, or you want me to just keep going?
I mean, go ahead. You bashing him. I want to see if you were trying to make up, or you was going to.
No, I'm gonna keep bashing. Like it doesn't make sense though. Like, yes, I understand about the injuries and things like that. Yes, you're having a good year. You finally understood that it took you 3 years just to figure out what you need to do this year. But that's sort of like you're kind of. And I'm not in the NFL. None of us are. Like, we're just doing this just for fun. But physically, if you had an injury, which I've had injuries before whenever I played football and ran track, I was in the same boat. But I knew for a fact what I had to do with that injury. That's telling me that if my hamstrings are always tearing, that means that, or pulling, I know for a fact something is not strong enough. Something's pulling somewhere.
Right.
And it's not up in the lower body. It's probably in my upper body that's not strong enough. So I need to get my upper body stronger. But I just didn't see why it took him this long. That's what I'm probably frustrated for. As you being a pro, you got the top notch. I'm talking about the top notch, like medical providers. You can physically go to the trainer 3 to 4 times a day. Maybe even 5 times a day if you're really trying to get healed up, just to get your injury back.
It said he got a $3 million for a grant from the NFL to do the study or whatever. So maybe I'm broke. He didn't want to come out of his pocket for it too much, and the Packers, training, specialists. They specialize in hamstring. I don't know. We gonna see. You're still down. This article did not move you one way or another. You still down on him. So we gonna see. We're going to this is talking about we need to put it. We have a little note so we can revisit stuff. You know how Colin does Colin right, Colin wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This need to be a Christian or CSF wrong or right, and we visit this in a year and see if he gets hurt again.
Like, could he be healthy this year? Yeah, he can. But you know what I'm gonna say? About dang time.
All time. History tells us
that you gonna get hurt.
Get hurt. I gotta ride with history.
I gotta go with history, man. You have missed a total of 19 games in 3 years, dog.
That's great. The best ability is availability.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go, though. Let's go. What time you say?
But hey, you already know what time it is, everybody.
That was on you being long-winded on that one. That was on you. I ain't say nothing.
It is that time. It is that time, everybody. It's that time. We're going to the next segment. And we're going to talk about, instead of saying I must have, we're going to change this up a little bit. We're going back in time. We're going to go back in time to that favorite. Leave down up in the comments how many of y'all played Mortal Kombat. I know y'all had to. Right. Everybody had to play Mortal Kombat. And if you didn't, Just go watch some little videos. They got plenty of videos on like Mortal Kombat. And one of the characters that I like the most is based off the topic. Whenever I say get over here, has to be Scorpion. Because at his daggone finisher, you know what he did, and all he did was just say, hit that, and then he locked onto his opponent, and he said, "Get over here." So that's what we talk about right now. We are talking about. We're gonna translate that and put it into fantasy, and we're gonna talk about our must-have players that we have to say you have to get over here, sort of like that. No, like I need you on my team, and you're gonna get over here
for this season only.
This season.
The season only, not I know we're a Dynasty podcast, but for this season only.
And the first person up is none other than Mr. Jordan Love himself.
Highest paid quarterback in the league.
Highest paid quarterback in the league, Mr. Jordan Love himself. And let's talk about Mr. Jordan Love. If you go back and look at Mr. Jordan Love's stats, his stats look similar to another fellow Packer at the same position whenever he previously, yeah.
It's only been like three of them. It's only been three good Packer quarterbacks. So
it only been three. But
Bart
if you
Starr.
look, yeah, Bart Starr, you got Brett Favre, and then you got Aaron Rodgers. And then lo and behold, we have Mr. Jordan Love coming in. And I think Mr. Jordan Love is going to do his thing this year.
Okay.
And the reason why I'm saying this is because based off of the stats that we can say, because let's just say what Aaron Rodgers did, we're going to set it up for you just so you understand the stats. We already know Aaron Rodgers sat for daggone 3 years and played sparingly. We know why, because whose team was that? That was Mr. Brett Favre himself. Brett Favre's team, and whenever it was Brett Favre's team, he did his thing. But the first year that Aaron Rodgers got his first time to be the full-time starter, he ended up throwing for 4,038 yards and then 28 touchdowns and then 13 interceptions. And the reason
is that when they went 6-10?
Yes, that's when he went 6-10.
Next year he came back and crushed and won MVP, right? Was that the next year? I think.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So, yep. So the next year he came back and he ended up having a record of like 11-5, but he threw for 4,434 yards on 30 touchdowns and then 7 interceptions. So he cleaned up those interceptions. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Mr. Jordan Love is doing something similar to that as well right now.
Hey.
And the reason why he's doing something similar to that, let me get that stat line for you. And I want to make sure that you understand. So, yes, we know Mr. Jordan Love, he sat his first 2 years. But what he did in his third year, totally different. Smashed Mr. Aaron Rodgers out of here. Completely out of here. He threw for, also he did have 17 games too as well. So we can put that into everything because context. But in the 17 games that he had, he threw for 4,159 yards on 32 touchdowns and then 11 interceptions. And the reason why I'm saying that is because what we just heard from what Mr. Aaron Rodgers did, I think Mr. Jordan Love is going to take that next step also as well. Instead of doing 4,159 yards on 32 touchdowns and then 11 interceptions, I think he's going to take that next step up. And I think he's going to throw for close to 4,800 yards this year. And then I think his touchdown range could be between 36 to like 38. And then his interceptions are going to get cleaned up to be single digits.
Okay.
So, and I think the reason why I'm going with it, because I'm just looking at history, I'm seeing what the quarterbacks in the Packers organizations have done with their offensive coordinator, and then they're also head coaches in the swing of thing on their second year in the system, fully being the actual full-time starter. Okay,
I like that. Jordan Love. So what are you gonna finish? Because I know you also hire AR.
I'm high on a lot of QBs.
You got it. I mean, somebody ain't gonna make it. So Is your love top 3 finish QB fantasy QB this year? Or you say top 5?
I just gotta. Oh my gosh.
Just give me a ballpark. Somewhere, is it
I think
higher or
he
lower
can-
than top 5?
I gotta put him up in that top 5 if I just said those stats, man. I got to.
You got to. I
got
want you
to.
stand on that. I just want you to
I
stand on
got to put him in that
Stand
top
on
5.
business. That's
I'm
all. Okay.
gonna stand on business and then put him at number 4.
Number 4. Okay.
Yeah, because I think Pat gonna finish number 1 this year. So
I think we both agree that. Yeah.
But in this next one coming up to this next moment that we're gonna say get over here and must have, we're gonna talk about Mr. Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray.
All right, y'all, make this short and sweet. Kyler Murray, this is his, I wouldn't say second year. This is his, his year and a half year into the offense, right? Got a new offense last year. I think he played, how many games he played last year? I don't know. 6, 8, somewhere around, maybe I'll say 6, around there. But what I'm hearing that he has his explosiveness back. He's a year removed from his ACL. Kyler Murray has never finished lower than quarterback 11. He's averaged like 20.9 points a game as a fantasy. His ceiling was in 2020 when he averaged 24 points a game. I think he finished like quarter QB4 that year. I think he will be he got him at third levels for. I got Kyler Murray. I think I'm putting him into my top 5 fantasy QB finishes this week. And in the playoffs schedule they played New England week 15, Carolina week 16, and the Rams week 17. I think those are favorable matchups on the playoff schedule. And also he has who? Marvin Harrison Jr. He has a number 1 wide receiver. I think that Kyler Murray is back legs-wise. He's got to stay healthy, right? I know he's 5'10", 210 or whatever. He got to stay healthy, but I think that he can have he's going to have a top 5 fantasy QB finish this year. And I think you need that to have win your league this year.
Okay. So I like that nice segue that you said about Kyler Murray. So this guy's not up on an actual PowerPoint or like a screen or anything like that. But I will say honorable mention in the QB is he's a rookie.
Oh,
and then it is Mr. Jaden Daniels. I think he can do similar numbers that Kyler did his first year that can end up vaulting them into the top 5. But the reason why I'm saying that is because what we got to do is history might repeat itself. And who was his head coach? Kyler Murray is Mr. Cliff Kingsbury.
His OC,
and now his OC for Mr. Jaden Daniels is Cliff Kingsbury. So let's just put that into context and things like that. So I think he can do similar numbers as well that Kyler Murray did his first year.
Now you hearing? I don't know. Somebody said today that him and Mariota. I know they're in a quarterback battle, but him and Mariota.
Yeah,
do you think it's all talk? Because
I think it's all talk because as a rookie, you just can't give him you can't just give him the spot.
Okay.
Like you can't. You got to make him earn it.
Make him earn it.
Just like what they said about just like what Mason Rudolph said about daggone your boy Will Levis.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. God, that was hilarious.
And then if y'all don't know what we talking about, let us know if it's true or not. Pretty much Mason Rudolph said you're gonna end up being my backup to daggone Will Levis. And then he full palm slapped him.
Levis slapped what's my nigga?
Yeah.
Oh, he bitch slapped him?
Yeah. That's what I heard. So like y'all let us know if it's true down up in the comments. But that was our next thing. So the next thing that we're gonna go to is we're gonna keep this thing rolling. We're gonna go to your Eagles, dog, and we're gonna talk about Mr. Saquon. And the reason why I'm bringing up Mr. Saquon and as a guy that you have to be like, get over here, is because his new OC is Mr. Kellen Moore. And if we go back to look at what Mr. Kellen Moore did whenever he had an explosive offense, and this is what I'm going back to when the Cowboys have been 2021, when they had Zeke and they had Tony Pollard. They have right now and then you let me know who the backup is. But right now they got Saquon, and I think Saquon is going to tote that rock, and then he's going give them what they need. Prime example, the reason why I'm breaking down these stats is because Ezekiel Elliott in 2021 ended up running for 231 attempts for 876 yards on 12 touchdowns. Do we think Mr. Saquon Barkley can do that? A
Yes.
ding, yes. And then also on top of that, his backup, Mr. Tony Pollard, who ended up running for more yards on 193 attempts, ended up doing 1,007 yards on 9 interceptions. So do I think he can? Let's put it like this, straightforward blank. I think Saquon can end up getting back to what he was whenever he first came out as a rookie with the Eagles. And based off what they're saying, how the offense is clicking at season light year speed right now, and this is them also talking about losing Mr. Kelsey, saying that the center that they have right now is physically is just picking up like where they left off at. So I really think Saquon is going to get back to what he did as a rookie, and he'll probably get you that good 1,500 yards on maybe 13, 14 touchdowns.
Ooh, that's a big year. That's a big year.
Yep, that's a big year. That's why I said, that's the reason why I said, like, I really think he's going to do big things this year. And he has a big chip up on his shoulder, especially for taking money to play in the same. He gets to play against the Giants twice. Come on now. Who's not going to love that? So you already know they're going to try to feed him. They're going to try to showcase him during that game. But enough about Mr. Saquon. You can talk about him a little bit because he is on your team. What more do you have to say about Mr. Saquon?
I think he's going to eat this year. That's his hands down. I think he's going to eat this year. This is the year to get Saquon. If you guys think you're on your team, if you don't have him, go get him. You can get him for. I know he's out for 3 years, but this year, this is going to be his big. I think this is going to be his biggest year with the Eagles.
I think so too.
Of course, right? So
yeah,
this is going to be his biggest year with the Eagles.
Yep.
His most stat-wise year.
Yeah, so let's see what 1,500 yards was like.
I love it. I hope you're right because I love that. How that sound? I love the way that sounds. G.
That's only 88 yards a game, dog, on 17 games. Like you trying to tell me that's nothing. I was about to say 1,800 yards. To be honest with you,
let's not get too not get too crazy. I appreciate it now. Appreciate it, but
hey, man. Sometimes, man, you got to zig on other people's zag, and that's a $1.05, man, for him to get that. $1.05 a game. Can he do that?
Yes.
Yep, he sure can. There might be some games where he get 120, 130, 140.
He'll get that. For sure.
But that's my guy for the running back position that makes you say, "Get over here." The next guy is we have to talk about Mr. Man, I wish I had my daggone music player right now, Mr. Termero Roboto, Mr. Roboto. Go. And we talk about Mr. Isaiah Pacheco, man. Mr. Isaiah Pacheco. Let's talk about him. Why is he a get over here type of player?
All right, let's keep it. So, first by saying I hate the way he runs, but I love his heart, and he runs a 4.3. So, with that being said, the Kansas City Chiefs, they didn't add no other running back. He has no running back competition. What did they add? Added a wide receiver, added 2 wide receivers, both under 4.3 wide receiver, or under 4.4 wide receivers in Hollywood and Xavier Worthy. And it seems like that Rashee Rice probably won't even get suspended until next year. So, having said that, Pat will have all his weapons. They're going to spread everybody out. I dare you to run too high safety. I'm going to hand his ball off to Pacheco. Let him eat, because he ain't got nobody in front of him to stop him. As long as he don't get hurt, he going to eat. Last year, weeks 1 through 3, he played 46% of the snaps at about 12 to 12.5 touches per game. Week 4 through week 18 last year, 65% of the snaps totaled out to be 18.6 touches per game. Got the same personnel, got the same coaches. He should have the same role. The only thing they added was 2 more dynamic wide receivers that's going to just really open it up for him even more. Yep. So Pacheco is going to be I know we ain't done our rankings yet, and And I have the top 6, just as like Underdog has those top 6. 1, 2, 3. Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3. Quan, JT. That's 5. I'm missing somebody else. But Pacheco gonna be my probably top 7, and he gonna be sneaky. Probably can get 5. He can catch 2 a little bit too. So yeah, it's all systems go for the Kansas City Chiefs and for Pacheco because they're going for that 3-peat, right? They're gonna still die. Now get the 3-peat.
Yep. You know, put that fabulous on them, dog.
Hey, gonna put that on them. So yeah, Pacheco is my guy. Y'all go get him. Go get him while you can this year. Get him while you can.
Oh, so you trying to say I need to get Mr. Isaiah Pacheco up in an auction league? Let's just go on and go to the.
You ain't got enough money.
Hey, I can put enough down. I can make it drizzle.
You got enough money. I don't think
I can make it drizzle.
He gonna go for big bucks.
So the next guy,
I was going back and forth with him.
The funny thing about the next guy, and this is it's not funny, but it is actually. It's very interesting that I ended up selecting this person, and the reason why I did before the injury came out, I was like, there has been a lot of talk, and for the people that do know that is just listen to this audio first, that comes out on Thursday before the actual video on YouTube on Friday, I'm talking about your boy, Mr. Cooper Kupp. Reason why I'm bringing Mr. Cooper Kupp back in because your boy is hungry. And when I mean hungry, we ain't talking about the regular hungry. We're talking about the HONGY. Hungry. And yes, we already know that's not how you spell hungry. But yes, the dude is hungry. He is ready to feast. It did not, well, it helped that Puka did get injured, but the one thing that we do not like is that we do not like to see players get injured. So all thoughts and prayers going out to Puka, but they also said that it is week to week. So the one thing we do need to make sure we monitor that to make sure that it physically, that he will be okay. And like if he doesn't, then they're probably going to ease him back in. But if he's injured through the rest of the preseason, he probably won't be playing preseason, to be honest with you.
Who? Puka?
Puka. Yeah.
No, I never really played his starter, so ain't none of them gonna play. He gonna rest regardless.
So they'll give him at least 4 weeks just to get ready before the actual regular season. So that's pretty much a month away. So he should be good to go. But I think Mr. Cooper Kupp is going to he has the potential and could be the player or the comeback player of the year this year. Him or Aaron Rodgers right now. Those are the two people that I think are going to be the comeback player of the years.
Now, you don't think AR could be comeback player of the year? Because he only played 4 games, I think.
He only played 4 games, but he also didn't have the injuries that these two guys had too as well. But they are all injured though. But I do think Cooper can get back to what he did as the wide receiver 1 and plant that flag to let people know that I'm still here. Just only for this year though.
Just only for this year.
only for this year. I don't know what's going to happen next year. But for this year, I think he's going to plant that flag back in to be a top wide receiver 1 again, like he was a couple years ago.
And see, I was going back and forth because I wanted to pick him too, but it was tough with Puka there. I can't remember. See, I heard the stats and I read the stats. I can't remember the stats, but I do know like when Cooper Kupp was on the field at the same time as Puka, obviously Puka's, stats went down. Cooper Kupp was still like they was kind of like get like 7-8 catches a game. So
play Robert Woods' role, Bobby Trees,
and Kupp said he 100% healthy and he motivated. I saw that
motivated.
So, yeah.
So we're gonna see what's gonna happen, but Mr. Cooper Kupp, get him as you'll get over here.
He's on my list.
Oh, and then Mr. Go Get It himself, Mr. Got to put him up. Mr. Jamar Chase as a get over here. Let's go and hear a little something about Mr. Jamar Chase and why he's a Mr. Get over here.
All right, this is my boy. Look, y'all know I believe that he's going to be the number 1 wide receiver this year. So if I believe that, he's got to be a get over here. I think he's going to have a career year this year. Obviously, obvious. If Joe Burrow stays healthy, he will have it. He will have a career year this year. I think he's going to play the slot more than what he's playing. I think he's playing. I said this so many times, I can't remember the numbers. But anyway, I think he's playing like 40% in the slot or 30% in the slot.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna jump. If he's within the 30s, he's gonna jump to the 40s, maybe even more in the slot. And once he does that, it just lights out because we know how explosive he is. Just get the ball in his hand, let him do what he do. So if he's in the slot more, and if Joe Burrow is healthy, he will have a career year this year. Remember what I said that last year, y'all? I said DJ Moore will have a career year.
Mm-hmm.
And that's tough because Jamar Chase had 1,400 yards and 13 touchdowns. Oh, that was a hell of a year. I think he only had like 90, 95 catches or whatever. But I'm thinking he's gonna have over 100. I think he had 100 last year. So he'll probably have like 115. I'm saying 16, and I'm saying 15 plus touchdowns. Career year for my boy Jamar Chase this year. I know last year when Joe Burrow was healthy, averaged weeks 5 through 10. He averaged 24 points a game. So, hey, guys, skyrockets in flight. Get over here for Jamar Chase.
Okay. So, get over here for Mr. Jamar Chase. I can see it. And now, let's go to the tight ends, everybody. Man, you know the guy, the myth, the legend. The one who is coming out of I ain't gonna say coming out of the ashes, but he's coming from the smoke. And we are talking about the guy that everybody is trying to go after this year, and that is Mr. Dalton Kincaid. Mr. Get Over Here. So, Mr. Dalton Kincaid, it's not a lot to actually talk about. The guy is going to get his touches because there is nobody else in Buffalo, even though it is some other cats out there like Mr. Keon Coleman. But we're not going to talk about him right now. We are going to talk about Mr. Dalton Kincaid. The potential to be the top number 1 tight end in all major platforms, regular, redraft, dynasty, PPR, tight end premium. Dude has the potential to be the number 1 tight end this year. So if he's going to be number 1, why don't you want to get him in your lineup? Think about that, everybody. If you think he's going to be number 1, why isn't he on your get over here list? So I ain't going to talk much about Mr. Dalton Kincaid, but he is a guy that I got to say, get over here.
Easy. I mean, we everybody know what left, right? Stephon Diggs gone. Targets. Other buddy, he went to Jacksonville.
Gabe Davis is gone.
Them targets, they have to go somewhere. Now, they might not be. They won't. I'm trying to say they probably won't throw as much this year, but still, them targets have to go somewhere. We got a rookie wide receiver, Keon Coleman. We got Curtis Samuel. Look, Dalton Kincaid numbers going to jump. What he needs to do is his touchdown need to increase. He's gonna be all right.
I can see him getting about 8 touchdowns, dog. Calling it right now.
See, that'll be a big time because he only had 2 last year.
8 touchdowns, dog. Calling it now.
I'm
to the point to putting him up in double digits, man.
Over 1,000 yards receiving.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Agreed.
Over 1,000, double digit touchdowns, and like 90 something receptions.
Let's do it.
No, let's not do it.
That's gonna stop your 3P, right? That's what you're gonna get to. Ooh, you said Dalton Kincaid, I said Jamar Chase, I said Caliber, Ooh, else? I think I'll get Pacheco then. Let's go. I can't get Saquon because Chase got him. He ain't coming off him. Shoot, yeah. Let's do it.
So, you got a last guy or no?
Oh, last but not least, my guy is Kyle Pitts. He has a pretty good, easy playoff schedule. They play week 15. They play Las Vegas Raiders, 16 New York Giants, and 17 are the Washington Commanders. We know how Kirk was with T.J. Hockenson. From what I also just found out that Kyle Pitts he had one help recruit Kirk Cousins to the Falcons. So you're gonna probably feel like I owe you one, even though he they drafted Michael Penix. still, I think he going okay, Cal, I got you, bro. You got me $100 million guaranteed. Let me come over here. I'm gonna hook you up this year. Career year for Kyle Pitts. I mean, he did 10-26 his first year, and I think he's never had over 4 touchdowns. That's not hard to do for Kirk Cousins. So as long as Kirk Cousins healthy, the leg is good, and he knows how to find his tight end. So and he's working out with wide receivers and tight ends. So big year for Kyle Pitts. Finally, Kyle Pitts will have a breakout year. Finally, he will have what we expect, I think. And he's still just 23, 24.
So, he's still young. Remember, he was like the youngest tight end coming in.
So, yeah, this is his year. Finally.
And I'm going to throw a guy out there, Mr. Honorable Mention. I don't know why I didn't take about this guy, but this is a guy that I like really a lot. I've been talking about this for like the longest, but I don't know if it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be shocked if it does happen. I can see Mr. Isaiah Likely being a top tier tight end. And the reason I'm saying that is because of what is going on in the Ravens, because they said they're going to use him like a Swiss Army knife. They're going to line him up outside. They're going to line him up in the slot. They're going to line him at tight end. They're also going to line him up in the backfield as well. So
really? Okay.
And we also saw his tick numbers go up when he physically was playing whenever Mark Andrews wasn't in there. So that's another guy to keep up on your get over here list, which I'm really high on him, but I'm also high up on Mark Andrews as well. But I know Mark Andrews is getting older, so do not be shocked, bold take, if Mark Andrews gets traded next year and they thrust Mr. Isaiah Likely into things similar to what they did to Mr. Hayden Hurst when they let him go to the Falcons for Mark Andrews. So just on like, hey, history might repeat itself again. But I don't know. So we're going to go back to our get over here list. We talked about Mr. Jordan Love being a get over here guy, Mr. Kyler Murray being a get over here guy. Then we went to the running backs where it was Mr. Saquon Barkley and Mr. Isaiah Pacheco. In the wide receiver position, we talked about Mr. Cooper Kupp and Mr. Jamar Chase. And then in the tight ends, we talked about Mr. Dalton Kincaid and Mr. Kyle Pitts. And then honorable mentions were Mr. Jaden Daniels doing similar numbers to what Kyler Murray did his rookie year, seeing that he has the same offensive coordinator / head coach as well. Not the head coach, but we already know that's Dan Quinn, but the offensive coordinator is Cliff Kingsbury. So offense is probably not going to change, so he probably should end up doing similar numbers. And then the other honorable mention for the tight end is Mr. Isaiah Likely. Mr. Isaiah Likely doing something special and spectacular, even though they already have a top 5, top 2 tight end and Mr. Mark Andrews. So, any last words you would like to say, Ms. K. Camp, or you got anything else you want to say? We're trying to make sure we're keeping everything together.
That is all I have. Hey, we thank y'all for coming out. We appreciate y'all. We know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us. Spread love, not hate.
Spread love, not hate, everybody. Deuces.
Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.
My shit is obvious though, but I think these are must-haves, man.
So they are must-haves? Like you really think so?
Yeah, this year. Yeah. We're not doing. I mean, I know it's dynasty, but we're focused on this year, right? Must-have this year.
Yep, just must-haves this year.
Must-have this year.
All right.